Good afternoon, or good evening, or good morning, boys and girls, wherever you are in the day. Mr. D here, and I'm going to talk to you about your must-do number one for reading this week, which is um, how to use a map key on a map and how to draw them on a map. Okay, what a map key is a table of symbols that a map would have to tell you what the symbols look like. So, so let me switch cameras here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Um, so I need an example of a map key here. Um, okay, this some worksheets I found. It says map key right here, and it looks like they have a university, a baseball field, a park, capital city, which is a star, and then other cities, which are just big black dots. And then that's it. And I want you to notice something about the map key, that the symbol kind of looks like what they're talking about. Okay, the university looks like a giant school with two floors and a big front door there. The baseball field has a baseball bat and a ball. That makes sense, right? The park, symbol for park is a big giant tree. Capital city is a star because it's a pretty important city in a state. And then other cities are black dots that show you where they are. Okay. Now this is a map of just some made up state or a part of a state. But let's look what they have here. Okay. It says university. It looks like that. And they put the university right here in this part of the map. And I want you to notice that they did not write the word university on here. It's already in your map key. They only put the symbol. So they only drew the university symbol on here, okay? The baseball field is across the street from the university, okay? And the park, looks like there are 4 parks in this state. 1, 2, 3, 4 in this map of a state. The capital city is right there across the street from the park and from the university. And then these other cities, these black dots, 1, 2, 3, 4, there are 4 other cities on the map, okay? I do want to show you another worksheet that I have. Now your teacher might have given you this worksheet, or your teacher might have put it in as a material in your Google Classroom, okay? But this is a little practice sheet to help you locate map keys or the symbols in the map key, and also how to draw on a map key. Let's see what it says. It's called Build a City. This is help Cindy, the city planner, do her job by drawing pictures on a map according to the key below. Okay, so first let's look at our key. We have Central Park, which looks like it has 3 trees. Housing, which looks like a normal house. Okay, the bank is a building with a dollar symbol in it. The train station is railroad tracks. It looks like a ladder, but they're really railroad tracks. The school, that's a fine looking school there. And then we have another park, Pocket Park, which is like a smaller park than Central Park. It's got 2 trees, but it also has a lake. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do this. Let's do Central Park together. Okay, so Central Park, it says put Central Park in B4. Okay, so on my map here on this grid, I see a B right there. And I'm going to follow that up, and I see the 4 right here, and I'm going to follow it this way, and where they meet, that's B4. And so according to this map, it says put Central Park on that part of the map. So really simple. I'm just going to draw Central Park. Now, luckily, this isn't an art class, okay? I'm not good at drawing trees, okay? But that kind of looks like Central Park to me. Okay, now am I going to label Central Park? No, I don't have to. I just got to put the symbol there, okay? Let's do another one. Let's do the bank. Over at D1 is the bank. So let's go down to our grid, and it looks like D is down here. And 1, we didn't have to go far. We're just going to follow it all the way. The bank goes right here. It's a pretty simple bank. We're using a lot of geometry here. It looks like we have a rectangle and then a triangle on top. And then in front of the rectangle is our dollar symbol that shows that there's a bank there in D1. Okay. Why don't you go ahead and fill out the other parts, find the housing at E3, put the train station on D2, at B1, put the school, and then go ahead and draw in Pocket Park at E4. Now you can use colors if you want. Notice I had different color pens. So you can use your colors if you want to, but you can also just do this with a pencil, okay? Now your actual assignment is this right here. RQ2 occurrence. It says on the map below, label the parts of the world where this weather phenomenon is most likely to occur. Okay. Now, all the kids in my class are doing different types of weather phenomenon. Some kids are doing the same kind, but all the kids are doing a type of weather phenomenon. And one thing that they didn't choose, which is why I chose it, is floods. Okay. So I'm going to do an example for floods. Now, if you're doing floods, okay, you might get a little freebie here, a little bit. I'm not going to do it all for you. Okay. Now, what is a good symbol for floods? Okay, I'm going to draw a key down here. For my symbol for floods, I'm just going to use these waves that you can see in the ocean, and I put here flash floods. Okay, now I wasn't sure where floods would most likely happen in the world, so I went to Google and I looked it up. Okay, and here's what I found. Let me go ahead and share my screen with you. Let me get there. Here we go. Okay, so here's a map of the world. These are flash flood geography zones around the world, and everywhere that you see either a color or a design, that's where flash floods will most likely happen, right? So this is just a map. I just looked up flash floods around the world, and then I looked some information on some links, and this is the best one that I found, because it looks similar to the map that we have. Okay, so I'm going to use this to label my map here. Okay, now the first part I see is that here near Mexico, there's flash floods happening. So I'm going to draw my flash flood symbol there. Also in Central America, there's flash floods. This top part of South America, which could be Peru, and Venezuela or something like that over there. Honduras is a small little island here, but they have, sorry, not Honduras, I think it's Cuba, but they have flash floods there too, okay? Let me move my camera here. Okay, man, there are tons of flash floods happening around. We got some here. Now, I'm just looking at the map, Google map, and I'm just copying it wherever they put a color in. Okay, there's flash floods in the middle of this country here. Right here in India, flash floods. Okay, next to India, there are some countries here that have some major flash flooding. All these countries here in Indonesia, this area has flash floods, and then parts of South Africa, not just the continent or the country South Africa, but parts of the continent South Africa have flash floods too. Okay, so that was my symbol. Now, if you're doing it, you might want to find something different to do, because I kind of giving it away there. Okay, now one thing you also have to do, let me go back and share my screen, is that there is a let me get to it here. Sorry about that. You have to label other things too. Okay, it says here, so I'm sharing the screen right here. It says here, use the words from the word bank to label the equator, 4 oceans, and 6 continents. Use Google to help you. Antarctica is not included in this map. Okay, it says 6 continents, really 7, but the map that we gave you does not include Antarctica. Okay, so here we have North Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, and Arctic Ocean, the equator, and then we have 6 continents. Okay, now the equator is an imaginary line that goes around the world, and it cuts the world in half in the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. Okay, so maybe that'll help you. There's actually a line here in the middle. It's an imaginary line. It's not a real line in the world. Like, you're not going to go into South America and you'll see a line painted on the ground. No, it's just an imaginary line, but it does split our world in half in north and south. Okay, but yeah, label those oceans. I'm going to do one with you. I'll do the Pacific Ocean. Now, because our world is a globe, it goes around in a circle, right? And so the Pacific Ocean is here. So I'm going to label this Pacific Ocean. But it also wraps around on this side towards Asia. So this is also the Pacific Ocean, okay? Even though it's in 2 parts on the map, it's one giant ocean. It just wraps around that we don't really see. Okay, so go ahead and label the 3 other oceans. Label the equator, which again is an imaginary line. You can see this line there. And then you have 6 continents for you to label. Go ahead and bring this back to your teacher when you're finished. Okay, and then show your teacher your weather phenomenon, where it happens around the world, and then also what kind of symbol did you draw for your weather phenomenon. There's lots of cool ones out there, imagining some for lightning, thunder, hurricanes. There's some symbols for that you can get creative with. That'd be exciting for your teacher to see. All right, boys and girls, thank you.